Okay, so I've been kicking around a few ideas for the last few months, and one of them is the idea of a bushcraft metal kit. Now, just hang with me before you say, Matt, you've been out in the Florida sun too long, you've been sniffing too much hot sauce, you've been drinking too much Vienna sausage juice. Just hear me out on this one, okay? I didn't say it had to be big, and I didn't say it had to be bulky, and I didn't say it had to be noisy, and I didn't say it had to be heavy. I'm saying a bushcraft metal kit. And if you think about it, how cool would it be to have a place or a container or a pouch where you could put all of your metal items that you used on a regular camping trip? And I don't know what you use, but you know, pot stands, you know, flint strikers, all of your metal stuff, if you had a place to put all of it. So I've been kicking around a little idea, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. And if you like it, great. If you want to take it and expand on it, by all means, take it and expand on it. I didn't say I was an expert about it, but I haven't seen it anywhere else on YouTube. So if you want to take it and run, go ahead. But here's my first take, and this is still a work in progress. Here's my first take on a bushcraft metal kit. Let's check it out. Okay, so when I started thinking about this and I started putting together this kit, I thought, what would be big enough to put stuff in, but would still be small enough to where you could just throw it in your pack or throw it in a pouch? And I came up with our wonderful Altoids tin. Now, this is big enough. This is like 3.5 inches long. And I'm going to show you why that's important in a second. But the bushcraft metal kit fits into the Altoids tin. But the first thing that I thought of that I had to get over was, if you had metal in an aluminum or a metal container, it's going to rattle when you shake it, right? It still does a little bit. I'm still working on getting over that. But here's what we got in the Altoids tin. Okay. Here's the thing. First of all, I thought a coil of nice picture hanging wire, small enough to fit in the kit, but still large enough and strong enough to where you can tie stuff together with it. You can make some snares, you can make some traps. This is just normal picture hanging wire. Okay, so that's a coil of wire. Now, I also threw in a couple of these little eye hooks. How cool would it be if you got somewhere and you needed an anchor point for your paracord, or you needed an anchor point for that wire? You can just screw these right into a tree. You can make a pulley out of them. You know, you can put paracord through there and hoist stuff up in the tree. So yeah, you can use a lot. You can think of a lot of uses for just these little hook rings. Okay. Now, I also threw in a couple of S hooks. These are just like 1 or 1.25 inch S hooks. You know, you can attach paracord to each side. You can run it through there and make a little pulley with them also. You can hang stuff with them. You can figure out a lot of uses for that. Now, one way I got around the rattling is I just wrapped this stuff up in a piece of t-shirt, and this is just cotton t-shirt. Okay, now we get really down to the heart of the matter. I thought, how cool would it be to have several big safety pins? If you get a large cut, or you need to pin your tarp together, or you need to pin your clothes together, or you need to do anything that you need to pin up with large safety pins, there you go. So I got about 4 large safety pins. Now, these are nothing but small and large office clips. Okay, why did I throw these in there? Well, good reason. You can clip stuff with them. You can clip a tarp to itself. You can clip your bug net up, okay, without having to tie it up, or clothespins. Now you got a nice little thing to where you can clip stuff. Okay, so I threw 1 big one and 4 small ones in here. So we got some regular office clips. Okay, pretty cool, right? Now we just fold back the t-shirt. Now we get to the heart of the matter. Have you ever been in a situation where you're building a shelter and you didn't have any rope, or you didn't have any paracord, or you couldn't make enough twine, and there may be some like nice strong rocks in the area, man, wouldn't you give, you know, one of your fingers if you had a couple of nails? Well, here we go. We got some big, bright common nails. These are 3.5-inch nails, and that's why I said that it's cool. 3.5 inches wide for the Altoid tin. These fit perfectly inside the Altoid tin, and all I do is I bring 2 of them along. You know, one for, if you could just attach 1 or 2 sides of a main beam or a main pole to anchor the center of your shelter, man, that would make it so much easier in a survival situation. Say you didn't have any paracord and all you had was a rock and you had to attach a branch to a tree. Here you go, a couple of big nails. You know, the nail carries so much significance with it that the nail is what really helped jumpstart civilization. It allowed people to hammer 2x4s together and make bigger and stronger structures. You can also use these as tent stakes. Maybe if the ground's hard enough, you can use them as toggles. They're plenty strong to use as toggles. Tons of uses for these big old 3.5-inch nails. All right. Now, along with those 3.5-inch nails, I decided to bring along about 4 finish nails. And these are just 1.5 inch finish nails. So if I can attach the 2 sides of my main beam, now I can attach 3 or 4 different runners onto the sides, and now I got a strong shelter. Easier than making rope, easier than making twine. You got nails, just hammer them in, and bingo bango bongo, you got a shelter. Now, I thought, hey, I ran up on these in my toolbox. These are 4 or 5 big cotter pins. And I threw these in there basically just because I had them. What can you do with big cotter pins? I don't know. Figure something out. You can use these as nails also. You can use these as toggles. You can pass line through the eye. You can hammer it in a tree. You know, 1,000,001 uses for these. But if you need them, you got them. Okay. And the last thing that I have in the bottom of here is I have my kind of made to order little pot stands for my GI canteen cup stove. So, and you know that the stove that on the GI canteen cups is like really thin aluminum. Well, if I attach these, and I made these out of a couple of pieces of hanger wire, clothes hanger wire, and if you attach these, it keeps its integrity. The pot stand keeps its integrity, and it makes a nice little stand for your canteen cup. So here we go, and then there we just got that. Here's the beginnings of our Bushcraft Metal Kit, just wrapped in a t-shirt in an Altoids tin. So, what did we learn today? Let's go back up and talk about this. Okay, so here's my first take on the Bushcraft Metal Kit. Remember, this is a work in progress. I haven't seen it anywhere else on YouTube. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe it sucks. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool, and it fits in that Altoids tin, and the Altoids tin can fit in a lot of different pockets. And I'm going to show you just a couple of places where the Altoids tin fits next time, but you can carry an Altoids tin anywhere. Put a elastic band around it, Ranger band or something, throw it in your pack. You got all your metal stuff one place, and you're not looking for anything. Plus, those nails are gonna come in handy, I'm telling you. Those nails and those S-hooks and those little I hooks, they're gonna come in handy. So there's my first take on the Bushcraft Metal Kit. I hope you like it. If you want to make some changes or adjustments to it, by all means, leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think is great. Tell me what you think sucks. And I respond to all the questions. So once again, this is Matt the Old Floor Boy, and I will see you on the trail.